I am Thomas Jefferson. As the third President of the United States, a founding father, and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, I have been privileged to leave behind words that continue to resonate through the corridors of history. My ideas and thoughts were born out of an enduring belief in liberty, justice, and the pursuit of knowledge. In the spirit of these values, I share with you my reflections. I have sworn up on the altar of God's eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. To stand against tyranny, whether it be political or intellectual, is to defend the very essence of human freedom. This is a commitment I made not just for myself, but for all of humanity. We must guard our minds and ensure they remain free from oppression. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. In life and in governance, honesty is paramount. Without it, wisdom cannot take root. And without wisdom, progress is unattainable. It is through truth that we build trust. And through trust, we create the foundation for a just society. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Liberty is not a gift freely given. It is a right that must be defended. Sometimes that defense comes at the highest cost. To secure freedom for future generations, sacrifices must be made by those who cherish it most. I cannot live without books. The pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey. Books are not mere objects. They are vessels of ideas, dreams, and the accumulated wisdom of generations. They have been my constant companions, offering solace, inspiration, and enlightenment. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These words, enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, are more than just a statement of beliefs. They are the very foundation of a new nation. In declaring these truths, we affirm the inherent dignity of every human being and set forth a vision for a just and free society. I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past. While history offers valuable lessons, it is the future that holds our potential. To dream of what can be is to strive for a better world. Let us not be bound by the limitations of the past, but inspired by the possibilities of tomorrow. If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be. Education is the bedrock of a free society. Without knowledge, citizens cannot make informed decisions, and without informed citizens, democracy cannot thrive. It is through education that we safeguard our freedoms. Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act. Action will delineate and define you. Our identity is shaped by our actions, not by our intentions or words. To know oneself, one must act and let those actions speak to their character. It is through deeds that we reveal who we truly are. I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that His justice cannot sleep forever. Injustice, whether tolerated or ignored, has consequences. As a nation, we must always strive to live up to the highest moral standards, for the reckoning of justice, divine or otherwise, is inevitable. The government closest to the people serves the people best. Decentralization of power ensures that governance remains responsive to the needs of the people. When decisions are made closer to home, they are more likely to reflect the will of the governed. This principle is the cornerstone of a truly democratic society. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. Flexibility in approach does not mean compromising on core values. While we may adapt to changing circumstances, our principles must remain steadfast. It is in holding firm to what is right that we find our true strength. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. The balance of power in a democracy must always favor the people. A government that is accountable to its citizens is one that respects their rights. Conversely, when power becomes concentrated and unchallenged, liberty is at risk. Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. The power of the mind is unparalleled. With determination and the right attitude, no obstacle is insurmountable. Conversely, even the most favorable circumstances cannot help those who are defeatist in their thinking. The earth belongs to the living, not to the dead. Each generation holds the earth in trust for the next. We must steward it wisely, ensuring that our actions today do not compromise the well-being of future generations. The decisions we make must reflect our responsibility to those who will inherit the world after us. I never considered a difference of opinion in politics, in religion, in philosophy, as cause for withdrawing from a friend. Diversity of thought is not a threat, but a strength. It is through the exchange of differing views that we grow and learn. True friendship and civil discourse are built on respect for the opinions of others. Even when we disagree, delay is preferable to error. In decision-making, haste can lead to mistakes. It is better to take the time to deliberate and ensure that actions are well considered than to act rashly and suffer the consequences of error. Patience and prudence are virtues in governance and in life. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Luck is not a random occurrence, but the result of effort and persistence. Success comes to those who dedicate themselves to their goals and work tirelessly to achieve them. Hard work is the foundation of achievement. The glow of one warm thought is to me worth more than money. Material wealth pales in comparison to the richness of the mind and spirit. A single warm thought, a moment of kindness or inspiration, can bring more joy and fulfillment than any amount of money. It is in these moments that we find true happiness. Peace and friendship with all mankind is our wisest policy, and I wish we may be permitted to pursue it. Diplomacy and peaceful relations with other nations are the cornerstones of a stable and prosperous world. It is through understanding and cooperation that we can achieve lasting peace. May we always strive to resolve our differences amicably. Our liberty depends on the freedom of the press, and that cannot be limited without being lost. A free press is essential to the health of a democracy. It is the guardian of truth and the watchdog of government. Without it, liberty is at risk. For it is through a free press that the people are informed and empowered. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Freedom, with all its challenges and uncertainties, is preferable to a life of complacency under tyranny. It is better to face the risks of liberty and to live in the security of oppression. For freedom is the natural state of humanity, and without it, life loses its meaning. I believe that every human mind feels pleasure in doing good to another. The act of kindness brings joy not only to the recipient, but also to the giver. It is in our nature to find fulfillment in helping others. Through acts of goodness, we enrich our own lives and contribute to the well-being of society. I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past. Dreaming of the future allows us to create a vision of what can be, unbound by the limitations of the past. It is through these dreams that we find the motivation to innovate and improve. Let us always look forward with hope and determination. Whenever you do a thing, act as if all the world were watching. Integrity is not just about doing what is right when others are watching. It is about living by your principles even when no one is looking. Imagine that your actions are always on display and that guide you to make ethical choices. The most valuable of all talents is that of never using to words when one will do. Clarity and conciseness in communication are virtues. The ability to express complex ideas simply is a mark of true understanding. In all discourse, whether written or spoken, let us strive for brevity and precision.